Dominant scales. When we say a dominant scale, we talk about a scale that has, starting from the root, a dominant seventh chord in it. Dominant seventh chord has a major triad and a dominant seventh on top, sometimes called a minor seventh. The most common occurrence of a dominant seventh chord is on the 5th degree of a major scale. So if we look at the C harmonica, then the most common dominant chord is the G7, which you all know as the chord that you play second position on. If we look at the notes, this is a G, and we have a B and a D to form a major triad. And then if we have this F sharp here, that would be a major seventh chord. But instead we have this F, making this a dominant seventh chord. And any scale that has this, starting from the root, is a dominant scale. The most obvious one is the Mixolydian scale, which is the 5th mode of major. So in this case, G Mixolydian, we have a G, an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, and an F, and then you'd be back at G. So that would sound like this. That is the 5th mode of C major, G Mixolydian. Well, seeing as this is the main chord, and this is the octave of the G, so these all have to stay the same, but this note, and this note can change. In scales, we actually name these notes as if they are the top of a chord. So if this is the first note, then this is not called the second, because we act as if we keep on counting. So we go 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 9, which is the same as that one. 11, which is the same as that one, and 13, which is the same as that one. So this is 1, this is 9, this is 3, this is 11, this is 5, this is 13, this is 7, and this is the octave. I know this may sound a little strange, but that is the way it's done, and that is the way it's used in chord notation. So if, for example, you have a G7 chord, then if this note is also played, you get a 9. And if this one is played too, you get a 13 added to it. If we move up this 11 from C to C sharp, then we get what is called a sharp 11. And this notation you'll see in music. That is a scale that has a normal 9, a normal 13, and a sharp 11. That sounds like this. That is also the is a mode. In fact, that is the 4th mode of D melodic minor. Well, you have to check if I'm right about that for yourself, and trust me, I am. And another thing we can do is if we leave that C there and we drop this 9. So there, at 9 becomes a flat 9. And this scale is this. But that is not very common. What is more common is if we have both the flat 9 and the flat 13. Because then the scale becomes a mode again, and this time it is the 5th of C harmonic minor. Another scale that is used a lot for dominant chords is the octatonic scale. The octatonic scale is a symmetrical scale. It has 8 notes instead of 7, and it is very similar to the diminished scale, only instead of being a whole step, half step, it has a half step, whole step pattern. And we start with this flat 9, and then we also get a sharp 9, and this third, a sharp 11, a regular 13, the 7th, and then the octave. And this nicely has that chord there, and it sounds like this. So that one has 1 note too many. If you're using, all the other scales have 7 notes, this one has 8. Okay, so that is a flat 9 and a regular 13. And this could be set to be a extra sharp 9.